Hello. Give me a moment. Just loading some stuff. Hello. So you know what we gotta do to him today? You know we gotta do it to him. You know, I'm not gonna have the ticker. And let's just get rid of that second display cap. There we go. I have so many different buttons that I can turn on and off here. I've got my fuel, my relative, yada yada yada. Wow. I've got this to cover up my face cam. Yep. Day 2 of junction making. So this time we got these bad boys. And we're just gonna jump into it. I'm going to close my door so that I don't make so I'm not quite so embarrassed about saying shouty things to try and be interesting. Yeah, that's a car path. Okay, what is the minimum path width? What width are these paths at? They're 2.5 meters wide. That's not going to work. View true width of paths. Yeah, see that. That's not. That ain't it. Are they 2 by default? Well, I've made them 2 meters wide. So all our radii need to be greater than 1 meter. So we're going to standardize on 1.5. That's the start heading, you numpty. So I should work out. So this is at 5.250. Then that's at a radius of 1.5. So -3, so 7.5. So the crossing segment should be 7.5 meters long. And then we'll just move this out of the way really quickly. So that looks like that joins up perfectly, doesn't it? Excellent. 3 meter segment here. Not many maps, or not many junctions actually bother to make the pedestrian paths. You're very right, aren't you? Also, I'm going to narrow these paths because, I mean, the footpath narrows. I don't know how wide that ends up being, but... we're going to go with 1.5 meters. Because they wait at exactly the border, don't they? Because they're annoying. Oh, thank you for following. So this time it's actually 8.5, isn't it? Because I've taken half a meter off each side. Do you reckon that that's going to be wide enough, that path? They might have their arms in a tree. Then again, if you use 1 meter wide ones... well, actually, one will be a bit of a pain because I've now used 1 meter wide segments. So I'm going to make them 1.2 meters wide. Wait, yes. That is how that works. Hang on, no, I need to move that again. One of the most annoying things about the crossing editor is that it doesn't auto-highlight the... Ooh, hello! Oh, shit, wait! I get an emote. I get a K-pop glow emote. There we go, I'm going to press the button which says thank you. I actually have more than one emote. I mean, I do have more emotes, they're just at higher subscription tiers, and nobody is ever going to use a higher subscription tier. No, it's appreciated. I'm probably going to have to simplify this a little bit. I want to not simplify it, but I'm going to have to simplify it because I can't make this bend in both directions properly. So pedestrians crossing here are just going to always go this way. That's the new thing. I have to make simplifications somewhere. Hang on, I've just realised that's going to want to be tighter because otherwise they're going to wait on the road again, aren't they? So 1.2, so I can go down to wait. Yeah, I can go down to 0.6 meters. That sounds about right. Come on, find the clicky point. That's why I've made the paths narrow, Ross. The paths are 1 meter wide, 1.2 meters wide, so they shouldn't be able to spin. It depends on how wide the path is. The default path width is over 2 meters, so that means if they're on the inside edge, they don't know where to go. But since I've currently got the view true path width on, so long as the path doesn't intersect in the middle, it should be fine. Should. If it isn't fine, then I'll just ban them from those segments of path. If I align this right, I can just make it go straight on. Which will save me some work. So how long do I want this to be? So what radius am I using again? I'm using 1 meter, aren't I? So that needs to be 2 meters long. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, no. I mean, you know, the details do count. Look at Gladbeck. Also, you have Gladbeck to thank for London. Because Reese looked at the feedback for Gladbeck and went, nope! And thus London was delayed by several years. This isn't going to be right. Yeah. That's the thing I don't get. Like, it's... Some people have a weird perception of quality. I'm not going to do that just yet, actually, because I need to make sure that this actually crosses correctly. And it doesn't. So that is going in a straight enough line up there, but I'm just going to have to make it do a wiggle there, I think, in order to make it line up nicely. So what angle does this want to be at to cross properly? No, negative 90. Oh, people went nuts the other day when Amazon changed the release date again. I still don't know where Amazon gets their release dates from. I'm going to put that up there for now. Yeah, no, the Amazon release dates have always been wrong. I just don't get where they come from. The crossing editor does my head in sometimes. Like, why doesn't it auto-highlight? Why doesn't Control A work? I'm only going to make some of these paths work. Some of the paths will be a lot more than none of the paths. Oh no. There we go. Yeah, that's about right. How does that look with 0? No. 400 it is. Crossing editor, why you do this? Why are you like this? Where's that crossing? Yeah, there'll be entire maps or there'll be maps that use entire regions of Farthington probably because it has junctions in it that are all built in one piece. I'm going to make all the people crossing go this way. Actually, I might not, because the only real place to go is here. Yeah, but I need them to interact with the traffic. Also, I was just going to get rid of this path altogether, I think. Because I'm not going to have any cars going around there, and I need to tighten up this curve. Yeah, but then I have to path the junction cube without having the junction here. Yeah, it is a junction cube, effectively. It's a junction cube with a model on it. There is no difference between this and the junction cube. So in real life there's a fence there, but I could just remove that fence. Yeah, I'm just going to remove the fence. Yeah, I have my way of doing things. Radius 0, length, whatever this is, 50-ish. These just have to be approximate. Try 5 meters then. Nope. 5.3 meters. It's going to be 5.4 then, I reckon. That's good enough, because this end vanishes off the end of the map. Or rather, I'll just attach an invisible spline to the end of here. Yeah, everyone works differently. Now that's what you use templates for. Radius 1, angle like 70 or so. Radius minus 10. I've forgotten how good the music from this game is. It reuses a lot of the old theme tunes of characters from when they were very first introduced. I mean, whether you like the theme tunes when they were first introduced is another question, but like, if you do, it's great. See you around. Not quite 90. Look at that texture filtering. This is like PlayStation 1 type graphics. Right, now I need to bring this path all the way along here. I think I won't bother pathing this bit back here. let's think about this. Alternatively, I could not bother pathing this bit here. And only path this bit back here. But that doesn't quite make sense because of that, whatever. Right. I think this is going to need a radius on it. What I'm going to bother to do with this bit here then. Okay, okay, so the thing I need to remind myself before I go any further is... Okay, so I need short segments. Also, I should probably reverse the order of the right turn filters and the side roads. Hello, hello. Yeah, I'm going to reverse the order of the right turn filters and the side roads. They still won't conflict with each other, but then when you turn out of a side road, you'll have a green light to go through immediately afterwards. 25. 3. And then the thing that I need to do to make that work is I need to get rid of this, and then that should work. Yep, there we go. We're going to go with that way around instead. Right, so... So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 20 seconds to the... Oh, sorry. 120. I'm going to add 20 seconds to the end. Then on every phase, I'm going to... So whatever time that is... Oh yeah, the original Knuckles theme. Yellow, green to red. Okay, I need to move these yellows to the end, I think. So delete that. Delete that. Delete that. Delete that. That needs to be 2 seconds. Okay, and then the only other thing I need to do is I need to cut this down. Okay, how are pedestrian lights going to work? They just have green and red, don't they? So that should be 62. Yeah. No, this is not Pedestrian Simulator. Okay, so now what I need to do is remember how to choose which paths jump us. So, if nothing happens, jump to 1. If something happens at time 90... So at time 90, if nothing happens, jump to 1. Or jump to 0, sorry. Oh god, what's TL number? Check approach on traffic. That's check approach on traffic light number 5. So if something is approaching traffic light number 5 at that time, yep. That should be our traffic light sequence with pedestrians sorted. And it'll just make everything go red. There we go. That'll do it. That looks like it's not going to have enough space. And I wasn't going to bother joining that into there. Hey, I'm a smart cookie. Yeah, I don't. I want it to be good enough. And then this one's only going to go to the right. God, I wish these would parent to each other so you don't have to reattach them every time you make an adjustment to one that they're attached to. The crossing editor drives me nuts. But you can't just make stuff in the OMSI editor and transfer it to the crossing editor, because if you do, nothing will line up, because the crossing editor is single precision. So the crossing editor, through its own shittiness, forces you to use it. I'm not going to bother with this crossing, I'm just going to make the paths go up onto the side road. Why do you sometimes not update the ends? There we go. So the thing that I'm after here, the end goal, is enough pedestrian traffic to make the area look populated. Not all pedestrian traffic works absolutely perfectly. And every pedestrian has the option to go everywhere in the area. Damn it. Well, at least that gives me an idea of what radius I need to use. Probably about 8 meters. In fact, that'll do. Why doesn't Control A work? Surely you should at least be able to make Control A work in a text box. It's not going to complete 2, is it? Oh no, it is. It's fine. Well, that was a lot of synthetic horns. Is that it? Are we done? No. No, of course we're not. I mean, I could do this bit through here as well, but, you know, kind of fuck that, he says. You know what always happens when I say I'm not going to do something? You know that thing that I always do? Come on, let me select this. This one, please. There we go. This song was a bit... yeah. The Massive Power remix of it is better. Keyboard ass mouth. Rattle rattle. Why was it loading into a textures folder that time? There we go. That's the entire thing pathed. Now all I need to do is add the traffic lights to these. Traffic lights. Pedestrians. Traffic lights. Pedestrians. Traffic lights. Pedestrians. And last but not least, traffic lights. Pedestrians. Awesome. I bet you that I didn't bother to do the paths for the other junction that I did the other day. As in the pedestrian paths. Where is it? There it is. Oh, I did. I just only did those. Yeah, that's fine. I don't have any issues with that. Oh, hang on, I only need to do that on these bits, don't I? Whatever, I'll just let the traffic fend for itself there. And then that's higher priority because that. The problem with this is they will give way in entirely the wrong place, but it's only buses that'll do it. So, you know, I'm not going to worry too much about it. Yep. Was that on very high? Oh yeah, all the pathing, all the rules have got messed up because I removed that loop. And I'm just going to make the unscheduled traffic density very low. Yep, and I wanted to make left turns more common. I don't know what the difference between unscheduled traffic density normal and unscheduled traffic density not changed at all is. And let's also just make the unscheduled traffic density low across here as well. And just get rid of a few traffic generators. Right, so now let's go and have a look to see if it works. Obviously I haven't put any pedestrian traffic lights down, which I should have done. The other thing I need to do at some point is I need to make a proper Farthington thread. But for that I need to come up with some nice visuals for it, a logo and stuff. That is true. Okay. So we have pedestrians. These guys aren't stopping at the stop bar, so I probably need to tweak that. So everything's currently red. No, except the left turn filter there. So there is a pedestrian at this crossing at the moment. And these ones. So when we hit the end of this sequence, everything should go red and the pedestrians should cross. Also, I fixed the texture problem that I had. I need to fix it on the transition pieces as well. Hello. I'm just testing the pedestrian crossings. So that's red. Why haven't these gone at any point? Okay, they're going now. Everything except these should be red at the moment. And no, hang on, that should be... Oh, that should be green as well. That ought to be green while the side roads... No, wait, because you can come out of the side roads along there, and yeah. But it should go green immediately afterwards. And yes, that's correct. Yep, okay. Inventing traffic light phases is hard. So the pedestrians haven't crossed at any point. Oh, this one has. Oh no. Oh no, we've got a jaywalker. They teleported from one segment to the next. They teleported onto the traffic light segment. And she's just ignoring the rules. So yeah, there are some bits where the pedestrians are teleporting from one segment to the next. Which is not good. And then she waits on the other side. And all of them are getting stuck. That is possible. Let's just see if these bits work. However, we have fixed the traffic generator over here. God, the game stutters enormously every time the bus loads. Yeah, let's check the SCO file and see what the approach distance is. Is there a way I can change the approach distance in here? Oh, sorry, yeah. Wrong junction. So the other issue is that over here we've got pedestrians that are just jumping from one to the next. There's bugger all I can do about that because the radius has to be that tight, otherwise they'll end up in the road. I mean, I could try making this path much narrower. It's only in the file, okay. So I've made that path narrower. Do the same to this. And these. Just make sure there's nothing that they can jump to. I might just have to make them all 1 meter wide. Yeah, it's an odd system that they use. Because, I mean, surely they should just be on a segment. And a certain distance from the centre of that segment. And they continue on to the next segment when their segment joins to another one. But then it seems like each segment doesn't actually have a list of next segments. It's just they get to a point, and then within a certain tolerance, they will jump to another one pointing in about the same direction. That seems to be what happens. And it's a really weird system. And I think we've just fallen foul of the tolerances. Oh shit, that was wrong. Yeah. Which, you know, allows for some inaccuracy, but it wouldn't need to if it just had a list of what the next nodes are. Now, if each node had an ID, and that ID told you which paths you can enter and exit on. Yeah. It's like so many other things in OMSI, it's just weird. Such an odd way of doing things. Hang on. It was minus 16, wasn't it? No, it wasn't. It was minus 15. Minus 13. Minus 14. Minus 12. Minus 12. Yeah. Yes, the ability to just jump to another segment is great. And God knows what the tolerance is. I mean, if you could adjust the tolerance, it would be great. Yeah, it's... the tolerance is too much, basically. Right, so now we're going to check the approach distance. Maybe that would do it. Yeah, the approach distance is 0 on everything. Yep. No, let's not go into the editor. Let's just go into the game again and see. No beautiful tiff. Do you want cat cam? Let's see if it'll work today. Nope. No, the camera's not working again today. Of course it isn't. Why would it? There we go. Hello. Chin scratch. What do you reckon I should do with these traffic lights here? Because there's too many of them on one pole, so I could either make these two share a pole and then have this on a separate one, or make these two share a pole and put this on a separate one. Nah. Oh, and that needs to be a right filter. So then the right filter should stop, and then that should go. Yes. Also, I need to adjust this stop point, because it's more like here. Right, what I need now is some pedestrians to approach a crossing, instead of just T-posing off in the distance. I don't know if you can see that properly. There we go, we've got a pedestrian at a crossing. So now we get to see if everything goes red when it reaches the end of the sequence. Also, I haven't seen any teleporting yet. Ice skates. Whee! There we go. Yes! Excellent. It works. Haha. What I can do to fix that texture. And these guys even have time to get across the central island before the traffic goes. Yep. And time to load the bus. There we go. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just whack up the AI traffic. Right, if I just go away from the tile and come back again, that should spawn a hell of a lot more traffic on that tile. My AI traffic is remarkably efficient, considering how high poly it is compared to the default stuff. Noisy bus. Now let's see what this is like to drive through now that we have PED sequences and I've fixed the traffic generators. What it's probably like is quite a lot of delay. I did shorten the main green phase, yes. The whole cycle, including the pedestrian crossings, is now 105 seconds. Oh, our light's green. We're not going to get through before they change again, are we? Floor it! That looks green to me. Those feel like about the right length. And then these ones go green immediately after, so you don't get held up. That feels about right. Okay, maybe you need to turn the traffic up a bit from extremely low. And this is a placeholder building, this one. Yeah, I like this weird-ass bus stop. It's weird, it's different, no other map has that. That's the great thing about copying real life, as I would not have come up with that myself. They all have a side door only on one side. Oh, side window. There are several kinds of transits. There are three kinds of transits. Sorry. There's the regular ones with just solid panels all the way around. There's the combi ones with a side window on one side and rear windows. And then there's the minibus ones, which have windows all sides and rear. That junction feels about right to me. Okay, so there's one last adjustment we're going to make. But I think that looks like it works perfectly now. The only thing we're going to change is we're going to change where this stops, because the cars stop in slightly the wrong place. There we go. Okay. And then we're going to check that the traffic priority is... oh, sorry, the approach distances haven't been changed by that. Yeah, approach distance 0.99999999999. Yep, sure. Just going to turn down the desktop audio a little. Yep. Floats are weird. Right, so now we need to... Let me turn my second monitor back on. Now we need to go and put request units everywhere. But yeah, what are the votes for what we do with this traffic light? Do we leave it the same? Do we put these two on one pole? Do we put these two on one pole? Let's just see what it would look like if we had another pole. Oh yeah, I can't parent it to something that's newer than it. And then this wants to be phase 0. Yeah, that does feel more sensible, doesn't it? And in fact, this one actually goes here. Apparently I wasn't looking closely enough. Is there anywhere else where I've done that? Doesn't look like it. And then I should really have 2 request units. One for bikes and one for pedestrians, I assume. And there are no pedestrian lights. It's just the box and the beepers. Thing is, I suspect that this isn't long enough for me to mount one sideways. Like... I don't think I can put 2 of these next to each other sideways. Why is this insisting on being at that angle now? And these ones will be too long, won't they? Is there a medium length one? Let's see. Did he make a medium bracket? Yes. There is indeed a medium bracket. Yeah, I think that's the most sensible arrangement. Okay, now I need... Did you ever make the... Did you ever make these? I think Sam Bob made some at some point. I mean, I could just use the plain old bollard type. No, 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 no. These. The skinny diversion boards. Or not diversion, the skinny boards. Oh shit. Sorry. These. Because you made these. I also made a set of these. Hello, hello. I mean, I can just use these for the time being. And if I ever get so sick of them that I need to replace them, then I think I'm probably going too far. Yeah, making them beep would be nice, but... So those just kind of make this whole area feel more higgledy-piggledy. I need railings. So it's this type that's being used here. Now, since this was made to real scale, and the railings are made to real scale, this should all be a match made in heaven. Except that these railings are extended and cut off a bit at the edges, so it won't be. Yes, distract him. It's a shame not having half-length versions of these. Those would really help. Thing is, that theme is ludicrously, daftly girly, but it's also a jam. I love that they used so much of the Sonic Adventure music. I just feel like it validates that Sonic Adventure had better music than Sonic Adventure 2. I assume that these railings are about the point where you learned about clip versus full transparency. Because I seem to remember the previous version of these used Alpha Mode 2, and they had awful blending issues with stuff behind them. But these aren't mesh based, are they? These are clipped. Oh no, they are mesh based. Okay, nope, I was wrong. Yep. Okay. And then those are 2D. Do they get 3D when you get close? No, okay. I'm going to go ahead and assume that 1.5 meters is a reasonable size for the control box posts. Though that particular one seems to use a full height signal post. For some reason, though it actually looks a bit shorter than the other ones. Yeah, it is shorter than the other ones. Oh right, it's pedestrian detection with a camera. So it doesn't go green again until the camera's detected the pedestrians have gone. Do you ever feel like you know too much about traffic signage? Like, this is a hobby I chose to have. Control point number 3. Awesome. Also, this one is a taller one because it has a cycle request box on it as well. Any other cycle request boxes anywhere that I need to be worried about? No, because they're all on the lamp, on the traffic light post. Otherwise. So in reality these are mounted below the lights, but fuck it. There we go, no U-turns. So where are the signal request boxes? Demand unit for pedestrians. There we go, and I'll just mount 2 of them wherever there's a bicycle one. Attachment point number 3. There we go. So can I attach 2 things to attachment point number 3? Did I just delete that? Yes, I can, and then let's make it... Okay, right. I'll just have to use that one then, because I can't attach it at the right height there. Yeah, I know. I know that all too well. And the thing is, as much effort as I put in, as much time as I spend, this is still just going to look like OMSI. Interesting. You know what, this one I'm just going to line up manually. Because fuck that. So these don't actually light up then. Yes, it is, because it means that your traffic will actually interact with each other, and the resulting mesh is... let me show you the comparison. This is the mesh that I have made for this junction, and this is the mesh that OMSI makes. Look how much higher poly the OMSI mesh is. And it looks less good, because in OMSI you can't do the tyre marks perfectly like I can here. So you can see I've got them fading out and fading through, and I've got the predominant path through marked, and yada yada yada. So yeah, it's better to make them as... and yes, I would do that except for effort. But yeah, it is better to make them objects for a number of reasons. However, if you're only going to finish the map if you don't make them objects, because making them objects does take a long time, then don't do it. Yeah, don't worry about those. It's only key junctions like this that you really need to do. Ideally, everything would be a model junction, but it does take longer. See you in a bit. Yes. There are in real life, so I've put them there here. The other thing that you can do that you can't do with splines well is drop curbs, and particularly tactile paving. Yeah, those cameras are something that I am missing. It could do with them. No, it's not all of them. Oh, that's attached to the wrong point. There we go. And now for the manually aligned one. The other thing that I'm going to do with UVS is when you rotate something that has stuff attached to it, you will see the stuff attached to it rotating with it as you rotate it. Right, I think that's all the traffic light control boxes. Dun, 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 dun. Know what happened. I will never give up the fight. Thing is, that should be a nice bush instead of a horrible scrubby thing. Nice bush. Yeah, they really are. Where are me Lodge boys at? Oh yeah, Lodge boy. Make it less Lodge. Medium Lodge boy. But yeah, the problem with this is always going to be that it's going to look like OMSI. But we've all kind of grown to accept things that look like OMSI. I'm going to get back up to my old tricks again. Tree medium 04 sunk 6.5 meters into the ground. Oh yeah, that's what we like. Yeah, that's acceptable. Not ideal, but acceptable. So over here, we do have something that would look more like this. And then I need some small trees. So I think there are some others. Ooh, that'll work. That'll work very well. Uh-huh. Found my new favourite. Tree small 07 sunk 6 meters into the ground. Is my new favourite. Oh yeah, you get a nice amount of variation with that. See you in a bit. Excuse me, do you see buddleia and cow parsley in the real world here? Huh. As if someone like you would ever understand the true genius of my map design process. The true genius of my map design process is going to involve is going to involve replacing the default grass texture at some point, I would imagine. Right, for the time being, let's just put some houses down there, just to fill in the backdrop a little bit. I need to be a bit careful about these, because I think some of them might have been made with Street View textures. So I need to go through and check which ones those are, and then remove them. That one's definitely all my own textures, so's that, and that, and that. These are all definitely my own textures, okay? That's all my own, that's all my own. That is Street View. I don't know about that one. If it's Street View, then it's very well corrected Street View. I'm just looking for any telltale signs of Street View-ness in it. And I think that might be fine. Yeah, I think we might be good with these ones. Okay, I'll use them as the fillers for now. I'll have to make sure, but I'm pretty sure that these are my own. I mean, they're obviously my own buildings. I mean, whether they're my own textures. That'll do for now. I'll arrange them properly later. I just need something for you to see through there. And also, the fact that they don't have back gardens is actually real. Like, it looks wrong, but they genuinely don't have back gardens. Okay, I'm not so sure I like the colour of these. I might go in and tweak that. Because it's a bit blue. So which one is it? Tree Small 07? No, I didn't. I've lost all interest in Lotus, honestly. Hello, hello. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yes, I might need to get rid of those buildings. So I think that's that. However, where's the alpha channel gone? Right, where's the alpha channel here? Because I can't adjust it if I can't get the alpha channel back. There we go. The problem with this is I don't know how to use Critter as well as I know how to use Paint on it. Okay, that's how we use it. So going that way should make it more yellow. Yeah, and going that way should make it more blue. And I felt like it was too blue. So if I just take it that way a little bit, I'll make it a bit more yellow. There we go. And making these trees look right is going to be important. Okay, right, so that didn't change anything. Apparently, that looks different. I'm just going to try fucking this up royally. So let's just make it purple. And see if my changes are actually making it through or if I'm doing something wrong. The nice thing about hue adjustments is that unlike brightness and contrast adjustments, you don't lose any information in it because all you're doing is you're shifting the values around. You're not actually compressing them or stretching them. Yeah, okay, so that is working. Working confirmed. Presumably I just didn't go far enough then. That looks like a bit too much on the texture, but I guess we'll see. Oh, Tiffany. Hello, beautiful. I've deployed a towel on top of the chair so that she doesn't ruin my nice cushion. There we go. I think that does look more natural. Oh boy, right. This whole junction has been a lot of effort. I think we're pretty close now though. Now, let me back up the street view a little way so we get a similar view. Now it's on the other side of the road. Of course it is. Well, I can just move myself over here. So what kind of marking is... Okay, so it does have another set of arrows over here. Oh, and I need to fix the UVs on that. So that marking is a long way over to the left. I do the best I can with what OMSI gives me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so they're actually a lot further up. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's aligned with the 6th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's aligned with the 6th. There we go. There we go. So there's your comparison. So I've made those 2 yellow now, which I thought might happen. It is, yeah. No, I was just looking at my own view. No, I don't need to know that. I can see that it's autumn. I just mean my own textures I've gone a little too far on. Just comparing them to the other textures around them. That's more like it. I'd made them way too yellow. I thought I was taking them a little too far. So how far does this go on for? All the way. That's a really good boss theme for a very meh final boss. This is basically Crush 40's game, this one. The music was the heaviest that it's been since Sonic Adventure 1. Much less twangy. Much less electronic beepy. Much more questionable singing and heavy guitars. Right, let's get that bollard that that Numbers Chris hates so much. I feel like that'll be appropriate here. I might still have one lying around somewhere that I can get. Oh, I've apparently removed all the tarmac textures from around here. Wonder when I did that. Well, I need to surface up these roads anyway. Do I have any of them around here somewhere still? Yes, I do. Right, so this is how long? 31.4 yada yada. It probably needs to be a bit bigger actually. Well, I can always offset them. So 31 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. $3.925. Oh god damn it, where did they end up? They even have a remix from the other mediocre Wii game. Probably. Hey, thanks for the follow. Simo Barker 14. Yeah, that's a fair point. Plus it needs to be a bit higher anyway. I can always just raise these up a bit as well. There we go. And then there's one very small, slightly pathetic tree in the middle, and I think Omzi actually has the perfect tree for me here. There it is. It's perfect. That's actually a pretty good match. Then we have bushes over here again. One good thing about streaming is I can keep track of exactly how many hours I've been working for each day. The nice thing about these is they're quite solid, so they provide a very solid view block. Yep. Oh, I shouldn't have reminded you that things need doing. I should have left you here. See you in a bit. And thank you for the follow Sam buses. And we're getting better at this streaming thing yet. You know, the whole calling out people's names when they sub and stuff. Have I got that down yet? I didn't even realise that remix was a thing as part of the soundtrack of that game. But I'm glad it is. Yeah, that works. There we go. Nice. Getting somewhere. This building will go. It is a horrible placeholder building that I will replace at some point. It's just going to be a little bit tricky because I don't want to go and, like, stand outside an actual school taking photographs of it. So for the time being, it's just going to be a generic office block. Yeah, but just going and photographing a school still feels a bit dodgy. I mean, you know, it probably is the best time to go and do it, but I just feel so awkward about it. I mean, that already looks a lot better. Like, it's not going to stay like this. But I just want something that I can get an impression from while I do it. Yep. No, the feeling doesn't seem to get significantly better with time. It doesn't seem to get easier. It's possibly just because I go quite a long time between photographing sessions. Worst comes to the worst, I could make just a nicer entrance to this. But I want to have the proper building here. Though I could also replace it with a local doctor's surgery. Oh, yeah, there you go. There is a building there to give you some impression of, like, the scale of the area and what it's going to be like. So Crush 40's guitarist is incredible. Crush 40's lead singer is... When he does fan concerts, he often forgets the lyrics. This is just to break up the edges of these bits a little bit. Hello.
You're streaming at about 20 megabits at the moment.
Am I?
Which I think is making it a bit sad for everybody else.
I shouldn't be, because it's limited to 5,000 kilobits.
It's about 20 megabits outbound at the moment.
Really?
Yeah.
I've got a
I'm not doing anything outbound.
I've got a limiter on it though.
Yeah, can you just check your task manager for a minute and see what it's actually doing? Just in case it's not that.
Yeah, no, it really is sending at 20 megabits, isn't it? What is it? What else is it doing? Is it doing my... Yeah, it's doing the OneDrive backup. I don't know why it should be... There you go, it's literally just finished.
Okay, let's see what happens.
So it's gone back down to 4.6.
If I can actually do stuff again. It may not be that.
If it... Yeah. Thing is, it should be doing an incremental backup, so it shouldn't be uploading that much. Also, I'm impressed it didn't disrupt the stream while it was doing it. Yeah, getting photos of shops and things in town centres is pretty easy, honestly. Like that's pretty easy to do because, like, it's a town centre, people take pictures of town centres. Getting pictures of houses is much harder. Because, like, people do not like you photographing their property. Isn't this one a Sonic Adventure 2 song? No, it isn't. No, it is just the instrumental remix of Night of the Wind. Ahoy hoy. What, from the cat? Yes. You join me as I've come to the unfortunate conclusion that I'm going to have to remove all of these houses because they are not They are using Street View textures. Which is annoying because they're really nice. And I wanted to use them everywhere, but nope, I can't. But yeah, the other thing you joined me for is this. Whole ass junction. Which I've spent the last 2 days making. And I'm now filling with trees. And now I need to bend some side roads around. I'm going to simplify the side roads. They don't need to be... They don't need to be like they are in the real world. They just need to have houses along them. But yeah, I need to make a whole bunch of new buildy type houses. Like, I do have a new buildy type house I can use. I know, but it's the whole going and photographing somebody's property thing. I might drop an email to the guys who made these. Yeah, it's still the same problem though, is getting the... Is it on the UKDT? Was there? No. It's just getting the photographs. Yeah, for the time being I can stuff these in. Easy. Why didn't I think of that? But yeah, for now I can drop this in. I need to ask the author of this. So, the 3D Warehouse does give you permission to just use this stuff, including in commercial products. But I need to ask the author whether this uses any textures that I wouldn't be able to use, i.e. Street View textures. And if it does, then I just need to make my own. Plus, I mean, these are horrendously inefficient because they're made in SketchUp. Like my conversion program does its best to optimize them, but they're still made in SketchUp. And you know, you can't fix stuff SketchUp exports except for manually. It's definitely the right sort of style. Like, you know, that looks about right. But I need to check with the author. I mean, the other thing I'll do, I do not need to credit the author or anything according to the SketchUp Warehouse Terms of Service. But I want to be polite. So I was going to offer them a key to the game when it's done. In exchange for asking whether they use Street View photographs or not. Yeah. God, my folders are a mess. Actually, those are all basically this. except the single versions of this. And I need to put walls down and stuff, and this, that, and the other, and yada yada yada. Oh, there's another traffic light control box there. What's that button for? Like, what's that button for? There's, what? What? Eh? I'm going to put it in the map, because it's there in real life. But okay, sure. Yeah, but there's no traffic light. Presumably, so this junction used to be here, right? It used to be there. So presumably there was a crossing here at some point? Anyway, it's there in real life, so I'm going to put it in the map. People are going to complain about it and go, what's that there for? And then I will point at Street View and go, aha! You don't know me. And then they'll be like, oh shit, I didn't know him. Oh god, what height are these signposts? Like 3 meters? Who knows? Every time I make a nice bit of road, I always think that it's a shame that nothing is going to actually drive down it. Yep. Oh, no. Yeah. Is there any more signage that I can put up around here while I'm thinking about this? That traffic light sign would be a good one. I'm going to put it on the pavement. So my plan for that is I'm just going to use Roadhog ones, and it'll be good enough. Oh, we got to the end of this playlist. That must have been about 2.5 hours. Should we have Super Mario music again? No, let's have Sonic and the Secret Rings. Yes. I'm just going to listen to music from all my childhood video games. So where would the sign for cycles and pedestrians be? Would that be informatory? That's parking cycle. Bus, rail and cycle. Aha! Thank you. Wait. Oh, yeah. So that's not segregated. So it should be this one. Aha! And there's also a fire hydrant under there, but we don't have a sign for that. Right, any more signage around here? Yes, there's one there. And it's another of these. It'd be really nice if you could select stuff with their attached objects as well. So when you duplicate something that has attachments on it, it would take the attachments with it. What does that sign say, I wonder? I don't know. Right. I could do with some of these yellow signs pointing to housing developments. Okay, so these do have giveaway signs as well as the things, as well as the road markings. Where's give way, regulatory, give way? Where have you gone? There. Okay. I was unaware of that. Also, it looks like this is on a bit of a hill. We can replicate that relatively easily since it's all one object. Because I can just put a deformation object under there. Then this bit, that's where the housing estate is now. This is what it used to be like. And this bit's really annoying because you kind of get caught in it. But yeah, I'm going to put some 5-mile-an-hour speed limit signs in that nobody's going to pay attention to. Okay, so Roadhog hasn't even made a 5-mile-an-hour speed limit. I always knew how to use it, it's just in Farthington originally, I had made it by placing the signs first and then the poles. And you can't attach stuff to something that didn't exist before it, because OMSI. Oh yeah, of course it would be left next to 50 miles an hour, wouldn't it? There you go. How to add extra time to your route. Add 5-mile-an-hour speed limits. Okay, so the other thing is there is a school warning sign. But it looks like the school warning sign might have been replaced with this sign. But let's add one anyway. More for flavour than anything else. So would it be school or would it be children? Let's use, I think it would be children. And then a supplemental plate with school. Those definitely need to be 3-metre signposts. Right, where are the supplemental plates? There are no supplementary plates there. Supplementary plates here? No. But we can add a pedestrians crossing one. There we go. No vehicular access to schools. Oh, the defamation feature. Yes, yeah. My big junction at the park and ride uses the same feature. All I need to do is make a mesh that runs from here to here, that's flat over here, flat but 1 metre higher over here, and has a smooth gradient along here. Ah, right. Oh, hang on. There it is. Yeah, this junction is nothing like this now. Now it looks like this. I need to make a proper traffic light. Not traffic light, a proper street lamp. Yep, and that's another sign pointing to there. So then there's some big old poles on the way out here. There should be about there. Presumably that's going down to 30 in this direction, yep. And this pole probably wants to be taller, because it's going to have a lot of stuff on it. Oh god, I wish you could just expand this. Just let me make this bigger, let me see more things. Where's regulatory again? Here. Speed limit, 30 miles an hour, 600 millimeters. Oh yeah, I still need to fix that. It would be 600, wouldn't it? It wouldn't be the 750 ones. They look pretty small. Don't ask me. Though actually I think Roadhog put it well the other day. Because if I was developing new content for iRacing, then I'd probably have a couple hundred viewers. I have heard about that, yeah. And just why are people like that? There we go. Actually, the 3-meter one will be fine. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I've accepted that I'm never going to get anything like this many viewers while streaming sim racing. Right, so there's probably a warning sign for this. Yep, there it is. Oh god, why do I know so much about traffic signage? So that's about, like, here-ish. So why isn't there a traffic light warning coming off the side road? As in the other side road, the one we were on a moment ago. Also, why does the traffic light warning have a small glitch at the top edge? Can you see that? Just breaking over into the next bit of the texture. Yeah, but I stream a lot at the moment. Like, a lot. Like, 12 hours a day, every day, lot. So one thing that I'm badly missing is pedestrian detection cameras. Because that pole just kind of doesn't make sense how it is. Anyway, I think that seeing as I did like 12 hours yesterday, I might take it a little more gently today. That's too chonky. I have used that elsewhere. But I think I might take it a little more gently today. Plus, there is a War Thunder event on at the moment. Where I might have the chance to earn the mouse. But I need to grind through a whole bunch of the German tech tree before I'll be able to. So I might go and play some of that for a bit. I'll put down some more grass first. Generally, if you have a signposting grass, it's a really good idea to put down some sort of shrubbery object at the base of it to help blend the root of it into the grass better. There we go. That's more like it. Oh no, the problem isn't setting the height correctly. The problem's just that it sits there with like nothing at the base of it to blend the transition between it and the grass at all. I mean, I assume what you mean is this darker bit of texture at the bottom here that I haven't been bothering to expose. But like, then I gotta do it to every single sign. And there's a lot of them. I think on the tarmac bits I might actually bother to do that though. But yeah, the thing that I most need at the moment really is housing textures. Yeah, but I have bugger all thing that I can do about that. Roadhog made them this size, and this is the size that they are. And the thick ones come in twos. Yeah, but then I can't attach stuff to them properly. Anyway. I'm just going to fill in some trees over here. I have missed you, tree medium 02, sunk 6.5 meters into the ground. And maybe a bit of help from our new friend, Tree Small 07, sunk 6 meters into the ground. Does this just continue like this all the way down? Yeah, pretty much. Okay, how far does that go? $100 meters. And then there's a driveway, and we'll sort stuff out from there later. I think I do have a copy of Flora 3 installed on here. Elm 2 sunk, you say? Let's have a look. My bum's sore. Would that be in mediums? Elm 2. Elm 2. Yep. Yeah, that has the right effect, doesn't it? I can get on board the Elm 2 sunk 4 meters train. This map is going to contain an unholy combination of Flora 1, Flora 3, and default shrubbery that I have modified. I think it's coming out alright though. Oh no. Yeah, that works, doesn't it? A little less repetition down there. There we go. Yeah. I think this is probably going to be one of my favourite bus stops on the map when I replace these buildings with proper ones. I like the tarmac that changes across there. Right, so the thing that we needed to do was over here. Does any of this have... Oh, right, yes, because that's all one piece, so it reckons that's the shortest route. Follow active quads. Alright, here it goes. So UBS is going to have a separate kind of object for junctions. So when you're working on placing trees down and objects down around a junction, you're not constantly at risk of selecting the junction, because you will only select junctions when you are in the junction selecting mode. So that should have fixed the problem over there, though there's also some texture mapping issues with the curbs over here. But yeah, there you go. That's fixed. I'm going to cut these off one line short of there. There we go. Yeah, nice junction. I like it. Let's go and have a quick drive through, and then I'm going to have a break. And I'll probably just end up playing War Thunder for the rest of the day because I want to grind my... Let's not finish the sentence. I want to unlock all of the German vehicles up to the mouse, so that I might have an opportunity to get a hold of it. I mean, I could stream that if you want it, but, like... Hello, Puss. Oh, she's so snuggled. But that's this week only. And I did spend 12 hours on this yesterday. So, you know, if I make it to 4 hours today, then I've done I've done 2 full working days across the space of 2 days. Right, so this junction, when you're driving, will be approached from all directions. So let's just try it from all directions. So it'll be approached from this direction. Let me just turn the game sound down a bit. It'll be approached from this direction by the 34 and the busway route. God, those traffic light timings took ages. So this is what the busway extension route will be like on this junction. It will literally just drive through it. And then over to the next junction, which is over there. And coming at it the other way, what a lot of minis. I know, got caught in the lights both times. The side road lights are active at the moment. I should bring the traffic back up a notch coming from the side roads again, because it's now gone down to nothing, which isn't great either. etc. Right, and then we have the this direction over here. Which is the way that the town route will go, the number 34. Though I might give it a 3-digit number. I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a 3-digit number. There are a few 3-digit numbers in the area. So the thing that I've changed about the path you follow from this direction is the lights at the next step of the junction will go green after this instead of before this. So you turn left out of here and then those lights go green shortly after. I haven't timed them so that those ones go green immediately after this has gone green or anything like that. I don't think that would be feasible with this double junction. Yeah, I need to make some proper houses. That's the thing that I probably need the most at the moment, is I have a lot of housing estates coming up. This should be us in a moment. I think first the right turn... it might be the pedestrians, actually. Yeah, the pedestrians are going. Yep, it's us immediately after the pedestrians. Floor it. Let's get through. The thing is, after see, I've timed that quite nicely now. After putting in quite so much effort, I kind of want to look at it and think, wow, that looks amazing. But the thing is, by doing a very good job of making a very boring junction in the middle of nowhere, what I've ended up with is a very boring looking junction in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, in the worst case scenario, I'll just make a nice entrance building for this. Like something that matches that I'll put there. Yeah, this is the school stop. I might also make a few services terminate here. Because it feels like a good place to take screenshots, and people are most likely to take screenshots if there's a terminating service. Oh, yep. Normally, in most OMSI maps, you do not actually have to give way to pedestrians at zebra crossings. In this one, you do. That light is parented wrong. Need to fix that. There's a real conflict in mood going on at the moment in this stream, isn't there? Because there's me driving a bus. Then there's the cat, curled up, all rested and gentle. And then there's the high-energy guitar music going on in the background. Okay. That's the Abbey Road crossing. Now, making this crossing beep would be the next level of immersion. It should be me after this side road goes. Yep, there goes the side road. And there goes me. And then these ones, in real life, just like in real life, they don't have priority at all. And then this bit is a great potential for AI traffic to get completely stuck as they queue back. Though I have got AI traffic on 200% at the moment, 150 or whatever the maximum is. I think the LOD wheels on that Mini might revolve backwards. So one thing I am thinking of is I'm not sure if the town service ought to bother serving the park and ride, and if that should just be reserved for the express service. And if the town service doesn't serve this, then there's no point in these extra lanes here, which I spent so long painstakingly laying out. I don't think I'm going to modify this junction. I think I'm just going to keep the service going up here to justify the use of this junction. So I'm just going to fix that traffic light. I'm going to swap that stand and that stop. I think. Yeah, I think I will. No, that doesn't quite make sense. No, what I actually need to do is just round off the end of that. But yeah, I need to fix this traffic light. It's not parented to anything. That's its problem. There we go. That is true. Oh yeah, and I need to change... Yeah, I did already change that to a right-only filter. Okay. I think that is this junction functionally complete, pretty much. I'm going to change this to very low instead of extremely low, because extremely low turns out to be too low. There we go. Just going to have the traffic move in the way that which disrupts the player the least. And let's make that normal. Let's make that normal as well. But keep the high density part going down the middle. There we go. Because I do want there to be traffic around here. So these ones are just on low. Hello. And at the moment, there's way too little. Even on maximum traffic settings. Now you can get an impression for the proportion of vehicles that go around certain areas just by looking at it in Street View. And there are fewer cars down this road than anywhere else. And I just realised I haven't got the second monitor up. There are fewer cars down here than on any of this. So, you know, you can get some sort of impression for how much traffic there is in a given area. Ah, there's another school here. So that's the primary school. And that is St. Ivo Academy, which is presumably the secondary. There we go, now we've got traffic going down these roads again. I just want there to be a bit of traffic spawning around here. I don't want there to be tons, but I definitely don't want there to be nothing. I might have to set this one to just low instead of very low. But you know, it does take OMSI a little while to get traffic to build up. So let's just drive through it and... get a feel for whether we've made that work. The traffic all along here seems to behave itself quite well. Though these guys are just letting people out from the side roads instead of turning in. So maybe that needs a little bit of tweaking. Yeah, that needs a bit of tweaking, because that guy should be turning in, not letting that guy out. Go on. Yeah, something's messed up there. Those are giving priority to that. Crunch. Double crunch. Yeah, just whatever works. This may be a little bit too much traffic to get out of here in one go. I mean, I've filled in for them for the time being. So we'll see. Wash, wash, wash. Wash, wash, wash. Nope. Oh, go on. Is there a pedestrian on that crossing or something, and you're waiting for them? Yes, there is. Bastard. Bastard pedestrian. Bastard. I'll have to make the density on that part very low, I think. But yeah, there aren't any pedestrian lights on that particular crossing. There's just a drop curb, and you just cross. Very, very slowly. It is low priority. Wanker! Yes, he was crossing because the traffic here was waiting for the red light, so he started crossing just as the light was about to go green. Yes, that is what happened. And now I'm going to be late with my imaginary timetable. You guys had better get a move on. I think those are timed about right. They're timed right to just about let a queue of that length through. Yeah. That would be nice. I like the way this end of the junction looks. There's something about all the poles clustered together. And yes, I'm absolutely sure that the person driving that van has a reason to use the disabled spot. Thank you. Anyway, I'm late, so I need to floor it. Yeah, it feels like the right sort of place for this kind of bus. That's about the right amount of traffic. Oh no, it wasn't, was it? But how many bus drivers do you think will do 5 miles an hour there? Okay, so the right turn guys are going at the same time as the left turn guy. Okay, no, that sign, that traffic light is incorrectly parented. This is a... Ooh, I might need to move that, because that thing is going to get taken out a lot. Yeah, this feels like the right kind of place for this kind of bus. Anyway, let's fix that traffic light, and then I might even actually call it a day, like I've been saying that I would for the last half an hour or so. I always do this. Yeah, Sambob is that dangerous thing. A pedestrian who knows the highway code. Okay, so that should be number 2. There we go. There we go. That all works marvellously. I reckon. I need to do something nicer over here. And I need to make some houses quite urgently, and I need to email the creators of houses like this to see if I can make use of them. And I'll find out. I mean, I can use them under the 3D warehouse licensing. The problem is just whether they use textures that I'm allowed to use. But yeah, obviously if I make use of them, like, I don't need permission to use them, but if I do, I will send the makers a copy of the map as a courtesy. Probably a copy of OMSI as well, because they probably won't have it. Anyway, yeah. Cool. Before we go, I'm going to do the usual thing and just prod UBS in front of you. Poke it. I'm going to give it a good old prod. And then I think I'm just going to go play War Thunder for the rest of the day. Like, I did nearly 2 full working days yesterday. Hello, boss. Yep, so first thing, editor. Here it is. Look, it's Farthington, but with shadows and better lighting and normal maps and all that good stuff. And it's gradually getting there. And look, actual reflections. But yeah, it's gradually getting there. And the thing that I have been working on, I'll just show you that this works nicely. Nah, I'm not going to hide the cat cam. Oh, I see. Hello. You're a fuzzy exhibitionist. That's that, and then this is just to show my terrain painting tool, which allows you to build up terrain layers based on the actual height of whatever it is you're painting. So in this case we have snow working its way part way up through these cobbles, which means I can do fancy stuff like when it gets wet I can make stuff wet lowest first, and when it snows, which is what it's doing at the moment, I can, if you pretend I'm doing this the other way around, as the snow goes on for longer and longer I can gradually cover up textures with snow instead of just all at once suddenly covering it up completely. So yeah, we can actually have gradual snowfall and weather effects that transition into each other. It should be fun. Anyway, yeah. And also the other thing is you can just paint them into each other like that manually. Yeah. Right, I'm going to go have a break, have some lunch, and then I'm probably just going to play video games for the rest of the day. I might stream it if anyone's interested, but, like, you're all either here for OMSI or sim racing. I'll see you in a bit. Get rid of that. See you in a bit.